Hello and welcome to the Punished for Protecting Live broadcast with your host, Francesca Amato, national expert in the Americans with Disabilities Act, domestic violence and child abuse advocate, best-selling author, and founder of Punished for Protecting Incorporated. We welcome all of our viewers watching on Facebook via Punished for Protecting News and the CPS News Network. If you're watching on YouTube at Punish No More and Free to Protect, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. You can also find Punish for Protecting News on Rumble. Now, without further ado, here is your host, Francesca Amato.
The joys of the network technical garbage. Can you guys hear me, first of all? Welcome to Punish for Protecting, everyone. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So if somebody can just say thumbs up or hello, or I can hear you, that would be very helpful. All right, great. Well, welcome to Punish for Protecting this evening. I don't know what was happening with the technical lines. I was watching this. Some of it was showing the intro, and some of it was showing me, wondering what was happening. I don't know what you guys could see, but one of the screens was showing me, and the other screens were showing the intro. I don't know. But anyway, this evening we have a rush story. It's a breaking news story. 5 years later, this mother, and I had a really nice conversation with her, and we did rush it. CPS News Network asked if I could please do this quickly, so we did kind of throw it together. But this mom is very articulate, very intelligent. She knows the law. It's very impressive to hear her speak. In the description below, you guys can see where you can get help from Punish for Protecting, how to get the book, Punish for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court, which of course incorporates CPS and the rest of the whole corruption. And also in the link, you'll be able to watch a video from this mom's channel. Now, without further ado, because I know you're waiting to hear this amazing story, based on a default, I'm going to go ahead and bring out Christina Cruz. She is the mother of the child that you saw on the screen. Hi,
Hello.
Christina. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening.
I just want to check with my audience. Can you guys hear Christina? Can everybody just let me know if you guys can hear her? We always have an audio issue. We have tech issues. So if somebody can just let us know. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. Let's see. Yes, they can hear you. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so Christina, thank you for joining this evening. And in the link below, in the description below, we did put your link to your YouTube channel if you want to just talk briefly about the video that's on there. And at that point, I'd like you to give a little background of what's happening.
So the video, I was just basically talking about when Child Protective Services had. the initial removal of my children, and I was basically trying to educate everybody on constitutional rights, to the care, control of biological children. I'm so
I'm not
sorry.
sure if it was your. No, that's okay. I heard the Wi-Fi. Just go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're loud and clear. Go ahead. Okay, your sound was good, but now I don't hear you.
Oh my God. I don't know what
Okay.
happened.
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead. You're clear. Christina, we could hear you. We could hear you. We hear you. You can't hear me? Is she froze? Okay, I guess she's froze. I'm going to bring her out and bring her back in. Sometimes that happens. They don't want the story out. They don't want any of the stories out. Let's bring her out and bring her back in again.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm so sorry,
coming
guys.
You're coming back on the screen. It's okay. It's fine. We can see you. We can hear you. So go ahead. I'm going to let you start over.
Yeah, so network issues. Okay, so yes, basically the video was about how CPS embarked upon a hell-bent effort to terminate my parental rights and remove my children, and how they falsified.
They claim to be public, but everything is done privately. You can't be both. There is no accountability.
How they falsified the court order, how they falsified the original petition, and how they falsified the sworn affidavit in order to support the removal of my children. I had 3 children removed from me, and they only terminated parental rights on one of my children, which was my youngest daughter, and that's who I'm still fighting for.
I'm sorry. There we go. So this is what makes this so interesting. Thank you. We do the mute thing back and forth, and then I get confused. So what makes this so interesting is that there's several children involved that were taken, but one was terminated. Okay, so that tells us a lot. But before we even get to that point, right now, let's tell the audience what has happened, which was making this so remarkable. And of course, I'm gonna want to add on to this, but 5 years later, you went into a trial, and what happened? CPS just did not show up, so they defaulted, correct?
Yeah, they defaulted. So they were served with a petition for a bill of review, which is basically about extrinsic fraud. So just a little bit of knowledge about extrinsic fraud. And if you would please bear with me, I'm going to read just a little bit, and I won't take up too much time with that. So extrinsic fraud, which will support a bill of review, is fraud that denied a party the opportunity to fully litigate a trial, all the rights or defenses that could have been asserted. And extrinsic fraud, for the purpose of tolling the limitations period of obtaining bill of review, is fraud that denies a party the opportunity to fully litigate at trial all the rights or defenses that the party was entitled to assert. It is fraud that occurs in the procurement of the judgment. And also, extrinsic fraud requires proof of some deception practiced by the adverse party that was collateral to underlying action. Extrinsic fraud is wrongful conduct occurring outside of the challenge trial proceeding, which affects the manner in which the judgment is procured. Requires proof of some deception practiced by the adverse party that was collateral to the underlying action. And it has been described as where the attorney regularly employed corruptly sells out his client interest in the other side. These and similar cases which show that there has never been a real contest in a trial or hearing of the case, or reasons for which a new suit may be sustained to set aside and annul the former judgment or decree and open the case for a new and a fair hearing.
It's playing with me tonight, but here we are. Here we are. You guys can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me. So I was able to hear everything you said, and then it kicked me out. It kicked me out. So it doesn't surprise me on my program. So yes, so it is 100% absolutely fraud, what they're doing. And one of the things we discussed earlier, is that, I've been doing this now for almost 15 years and watching these stories all over the country. And here's what they've been doing. This is what they've been doing. They did this to me. They've done this to, I can't even count that high. Okay. They're attacking mothers and children for decades. There's a very false narrative that's out there, and they're stripping children from their mothers. What I'm seeing is in abuse cases, in cases where children are, when a mother reports abuse, what I'm seeing in overwhelming amounts is that they automatically give the abuser the child or the children. Okay, and when I heard when I got the phone call from CPS News Network to go ahead and do your story this evening, and he said it was a default. I said, well, that's an automatic, and Danny was saying that should be automatically. That's it. Child comes back, and then you need recompense for these horrific damages. Okay. And what ended up happening was, what I'm trying to tell you is that looking at that on the flip side from the things that I see all the time, I've had cases, trials that are ongoing trials where the mother is there, and the mother, is detailed and deeply involved in the case. And all of a sudden she misses a day. Like my case was, I missed it on during COVID. Okay. So I had this happen to me twice because of the same judge. Everybody knows my story. That's why I wrote the book. He retaliated against me because I help families. Okay. I won twice, kicked his butt twice all over the town, and we'll do it again if I ever have to. But I'm doing it again with other victims. Okay. But anyway, I'm telling you this because over and over and over and over and over, I'm seeing these cases where then the mom just like missed court because of COVID, or missed court because of something, a serious matter. Jody missed court because she was in the hospital, and they default these people, and just boom, just like that, children go to the abuser, children go to another home, children go into foster care. That's insane. There's no due diligence in that. There's no integrity in that. And it's completely irresponsible. But yet on the flip side, they want to tell you that because they defaulted, well, we'll give them another chance. They'll get to have a trial. That's just not right. That's just not right. It's absolutely wrong, and it's illegal, and it's legally completely, backwards. What do you make of this?
So yeah, I completely agree. If this state agency has defaulted, that it should be an automatic mandate issued from the court for moot the case, so wipe it out.
100%, 100%. And you're right. Natalie's saying no proper notice. 100%.
Yeah.
So people are asking, where can I find or how to file that bill? And that probably was when I was kicked off.
Yeah. So I don't. It could be available in all 50 states, but I know for sure in California it is not. California has something similar as far as a last result of overturning an adoption and having your last shot. And here in this state, bill of review. So it would have to be some legal research involved in order to see if this applies to all 50 states.
And I can tell you, like New York implemented something a few years ago, just where like they were saying that adopted kids could never find their parents again, and vice versa, where they implemented that law that they can. But I just want to let you guys know, and this is something you guys all know, and I do this nationwide. We are going back in and grabbing these kids back out of these false, I call it the black market of adoption, evil, wicked system. It doesn't matter the state, okay? Because your rights, once they're violated federally, that's what we have to understand, is that we need to stand on our own. We need to stand on our rights to begin with, and not all these policies, practices, and procedures that do not supersede our
Yeah.
federally protected and God-given rights.
And
So
there is no statute of limitations on fraud. There's
that's exactly
none.
right. That's exactly
There's
right.
no statute of limitations on it.
That's 100% exactly right. So, and I wanted to remind everybody too, just very important. On July 14th, I'm having Mommy's Glowing in the Darkness event. We've been talking about this, July 14th in Washington, D.C. Please, guys, come. Mothers are coming from all over this country. It's not too late to find a way. Get a carpool, bunk up with people if you have to. Who cares? Sleep in a tent. Get there. It's one day in Washington, D.C. We're going to be speaking to we had all hell broke loose against it. It happens all the time whenever we do anything, but I already am ready for that. I'm built for this crap after a while, so this is the event. My email is on it. It's all over my Facebook page, guys. Come from everywhere. Mothers are coming from anywhere. And in the evening between 8 and 10, we are lighting up the streets of Washington, D.C. Okay, we are glowing. We are piercing that darkness. We are glowing into that darkness for national change. We demand change. These children need to come home, and this crap needs to end, and it will end. I didn't do this work for this many years to keep doing it. It needs to just stop, and they need to be held accountable, and there needs to be recompense to these parents that are still, and these children that are still suffering. So come from everywhere, find a way. I don't want to hear excuses from anyone. And I do know, and please don't take this the wrong way, I'm not compassionate. You know me, you know who I am. But I understand, like some woman mentioned, well, what if some mother's suicidal? We will do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. I'm not talking about that.
Absolutely.
And I'm not talking about that at all. There's for anything but that, or your boss will fire you. Maybe it's worth getting fired then. Maybe it is. Like sometimes we have to take chances and risks. I'm sorry. And I know I have. Okay, we need to lay our lives down for our children, or there will not be a future for them. You just do what you got to do.
Taking risks.
That's right. And so other than something as serious as like committing suicide, okay, or you just, someone's got you strangled in a corner and you can't get out, there's no other excuse to not be there July 14th. I've been talking about this since May. Okay, I worked my butt off to get this, and we're going to talk to every single Congress member that has an ear that day. This is our house, the state capitol. It's not theirs. They're our employees, okay, not the other way around. And we demand that this crap stops, okay? And I need you guys there. I can't fight alone. I need all you mothers, because we are the hugest influence in this country right now. And
how would they ever know? How would they ever know anything if you don't ever say anything? If you don't ever say anything, they're just going to keep doing it. Right. There's numbers in all of us. And yes, we all need to come and support and be there for one another to stop this thing.
That's right. That's right. That's 100%. So we have to go. No fear. Okay. I don't believe in fear. I look the devil in the eye. I have God. This is my faith right here. Okay. Jesus Christ. And we do not have to bow to cower to anything. Fear of man. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I disagree. Fear of man brings a snare. Okay. And if we don't go, it's going to be a terrorist attack every day of this. There's constantly go hoard up, go get food, go do this, go do that. There's always all these false flags all the time, guys. Okay. God wouldn't have given us this specific day to come if it wasn't the day to go. And that's it. Okay. And they've heightened security. Okay. I've already talked to everybody down there all the way. I've been dealing with the house since May. Okay. It's going to be okay. Get your butt out there. Okay. And we will be protected. And I wouldn't be saying that if I thought there was something that there was to be concerned of, I wouldn't be here telling you guys to do that. Christina, I want to show your beautiful, absolutely beautiful children. Let me just get here. And then maybe you can I just want to show everybody, here's another wonderful mom, an articulate, intelligent woman, and this is happening to her. And this has been happening to her for 5 years. So here we have, this is your daughter. This is the one, right?
Yes.
She's beautiful, beautiful. How old is she now?
8.
She's 8.
Yes.
She's 8. Okay. And, let's show all the pictures. We're going to go down and then you can just talk about them. I believe this is you. This is mom.
Yes, that's when she was first born.
Okay. And then we have your daughter, and this is the ad. This is the
One of the
the way.
ads that another mother made for me.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Says, forced adoption has taken away my identity. It's destroyed my family. I live a lie, all to make strangers happy. My real family will never give up the fight for my return. Social services didn't care about me. They cared about profiting and hitting targets. And let's not forget that it's the family court judges. They are all fraud. This is all fraud. You guys that are telling me right now that Congress is a fraud, you think you're talking to somebody that doesn't know? We all know what they're doing, but we still have to listen. Listen, guys, you guys get way off into this place where you get nothing solved because you get so way off on a tangent that it doesn't help. We still have a system in our nation that was founded, okay, a foundational system. And if we don't know how to go in and argue the points, or like, okay, I'll give you an example. I've got families trapped in family court. Do I know that family court is a complete fraud? It is a complete fraud. It is a for-profit business. It is a bank, actually. Okay. I mean, we can get into all this, but does that mean that because it's that I got to go fight it some other way, high pie in the sky? No, I got to go into the lion's den to get the kids back out. They've got them, honey. So like you this is true. We already know that all this is true, but there's certain things you cannot do inside these fraudulent family courts to get the results you desperately need to save the families and save the kids. So we do have Congress members. Okay, our country was founded on this order, whether you like it or not, and whether they've destroyed it and whether they've corrupted it. We already know that this is what we're teaching. But you can't. There are all these other groups out there that are teaching these things, and then when my families implement this without getting the help they need, and they go into the family court, do you know what happens to them? Bad things happen to them because they're not. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not that they're not intelligent, because you're highly intelligent, but you're not pursuing it the right way. Okay, you have to sometimes go into the lion's den and take the children out. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Christina, but I agree. Like, they tried to call you sovereign citizen and all this nonsense, and we know that that's not true. That's a conundrum. But
Well,
it doesn't
the children
work.
are in the children are in the lion's den. It's
They're
like
in the
you have to go through massive hell and torture to get inside the lion's den to get them out.
right. I mean, it's like you can't just go in and say, I'm going to stand way back here in the court. I'm not going to enter the court. And you know how they do all these different things because it's our proper rights. It's our proper rights. I'm not saying that it's not, but when you do that, okay, 1 in a million gets away with that. I just want to let you know right now, it's silliness, okay? And you're not going to get the results you want when your children are with the devil. It's very simple. You have to use wisdom with this kind of stuff. That's why it's like, learn it. Please learn it. I'm not telling you not to learn it. Even David Straight will tell you, learn it, but don't implement it until you really know what you're doing. He gives you a warning, okay? Don't be foolish. Okay, so we're going to our house. This is our nation, okay? Each state is a nation. I can get into all of this, but you're going to waste your time while these children are in danger. And how do you think we're getting them back, or we're having them, or we're making sure they don't take them in the first place? Now, I believe it was I can't think of her, Bonnie Straight. She was able to get a kid back, or no, she was able to not have a child taken, I think within something like 4 days. I do that all the time. I do it all the time. Okay. But these people don't comprehend this. You think they do? They're hiring rookie police officers, wet behind the ears, young kids. The same thing with the CPS workers. They're all wet behind the ears, and they just do their bidding. So you have to know what you're doing, and you have to know when to do certain things. Okay. And there's a time to do certain things. Okay. Now this is you. And okay, I'm sorry. Let's go back to this one. There's the youngest one, I believe, would be in green. That's the one that they took. Is that right? Am I looking at this correct?
The one that they took and adopted is the one in the pink.
And the pink. Okay, I'm sorry. And then the little girl in the green, how old? She's a little older than I guess.
She's 11 now. Yeah, they gave her her dad, he was actually helping them, and they restricted all my rights and gave him sole managing conservatorship and stuck me with supervised visitation. But I brought him to court too, and to seek back primary custody of that child. but I do see her. I see her on the weekends.
Okay, well, I'm glad. I mean, you should be seeing your children all the time. This is wrong.
Right.
And it,
But
it doesn't
that's
surprise
what I'm
me that,
fighting for. I'm fighting for that as well, for back for primary custody.
yes, praise God.
Yes.
Praise God. And it doesn't,
And
you know, it doesn't surprise me.
that was another thing that they did. They used my 11-year-old's dad against me, and he got custody. It was actually a domestic violence case. He was stalking me. He was following me. He was making false reports to CPS
That's what they
and
do.
putting me deeper and deeper while the case was going, putting me deeper and deeper through the
You
cracks of
know,
the system.
right. And you know, and again, fathers, good fathers out there, I support you and I fight for you too. But this narrative that's been happening, and to women and children, that's my main priority. And also, when they are the abusive fathers, they follow the fathersrights.gov handbook, and that's what you're telling me right there. I hear this 24 hours a day. You know, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. They're the bread and butter of this vile, disgusting industry. So who do we have here? There's mom with
Yes, with the baby and
yes,
still the 11-year-old and the 8-year-old.
now 11 and now 8.
Now
So
11 and 8. Yes, right
that was
there.
5 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, they were
You
3.
can see well taken care of, very happy,
And
beautiful children.
this was during home visitation. I was super close to getting them back right here. This was at my home. It took a long time to get that, and CPS they flipped it on my head. They made more allegations after I got supervised visitation. They were lying, saying sexual abuse in my home, just making up more stuff, making up more lies, and making up more lies after I got supervised. The children were never removed for sexual or physical abuse. There's not one piece of shred of evidence. There's not one doctor report. There's not one report of any abuse.
Yeah. And the thing is too, Christina, whenever with all the cases I see all over the country, like I could literally tell you what they're going to do next at this point. But when there is disclosures and real sexual abuse, they give that child or children to the abuser every single time, every single time, every single time.
Yeah,
no matter what
they
you
do.
say to them, they twist it. It's sick. They're sick.
Yeah, they twisted.
I just want to take a quick second here. Live Free with Cindy Lee. That's also my assistant, or my producer. And she's amazing. And she has a new show called Live Free with Cindy Lee. Definitely join on YouTube, Rumble, a whole bunch of platforms. I believe it's going on iHeartRadio as well. She said, I call these courts reptilian courts, working under maritime law, law of the sea, and not constitutional law, law of the land. Satan resides in these courts 100%. 100%. Okay, we're going to go through another here, and then I'm going to go to an intermission real quick. Oh, look at this, singing away here.
Yeah, that was also doing a unsupervised home visit during the CPS case.
Aw. We'll do
And see
one
how
more.
happy,
We're going to
happy they were. Yeah,
very,
that was,
very happy. Very, very
yeah,
happy.
they were very happy.
Very, very happy. Beautiful children, absolutely beautiful children. All right, we're going to go to a quick intermission, very quick intermission here, and then I'm going to have you, Christina, continue telling us what you were telling us. So
Okay.
We'll be right back after this intermission.
We'll be right back after a message from Punished for Protecting Incorporated. Each new generation of protective mothers is shocked when they first go to family court and find it doesn't favor single mothers and is willing to jeopardize children. Francesca's harrowing experience with the broken family court system, from which she finally received justice after 8 months of struggle, is proof that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Francesca has one of these unspeakably cruel cases and has responded by shining a large spotlight on widespread failures so other mothers won't be shocked. Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court by Francesca Amato Banfield, advocate, mother, whistleblower, founder, and TV talk show host of Punished for Protecting. If you are struggling with injustices wrought by our courts, this book will help guide you through the process. Available on Amazon.com. Search Punished for Protecting and get your copy today. Help abolish family court by purchasing Punished for Protecting merchandise. Here are our top sellers. See the link in the YouTube video description to find out how to get your Punished for Protecting t-shirt. Get your high-quality Punished for Protecting t-shirt while supplies last, and let everyone know that you stand for justice. Are you being re-victimized by the family court system? Do you need help with your case? Go online and book a talk with Francesca. Go to punished4beingAparent.com/book-a-talk. Fill in your name, email address, and message to Francesca. Someone will get back to you within 24 hours. Francesca and her staff of volunteers continue to work tirelessly every single day for parents and children who are in need of their help. There have been multiple success stories, including Francesca's, which gives hope to others in similar situations. Punished for Protecting Incorporated has incurred out-of-pocket expenses with zero funding to help families get their children back or to save their children from being taken. We also have provided funds to help with retainers, food, lodging, and travel. We really need your help so we can continue to provide our many services. Any amount is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to donate or sponsor a family in need of help, go to Cash App, Free the Children. And now back to our broadcast.
I just want to show you this one quick picture. This right here is the glow in the darkness, Mother's Glowing in the Dark t-shirts. They will be available at the event. So don't forget, come on down, July 14th, Washington, D.C. We will be at our house speaking to every Congress member, demanding that our employees in Congress stop this system. We're going to be demanding recompense back to families. But you can get your t-shirts while you're down there. And special thanks to Tina Salinas. She is amazing. She had these made for us. So we have a box full. That's all I know. We have a box full. I don't know how many are going to be there. You can get your t-shirt when you get down there. Also, any of my t-shirts and so on would have to be pre-ordered, unfortunately. I've been way too busy, sadly, but these are absolutely beautiful. And I do thank her for these wonderful t-shirts that she designed for us. Now, back to, my guest. Where is she? I have to wait for her to come back in. I'm just waiting for my guest to hop back in. I don't know where she is. She must have got kicked out, which, does that surprise you? But this is an amazing situation. And I'm literally blown away, by it, that it angers me that, they didn't show up. They defaulted. They didn't show up for the trial. They just didn't show up. All of them. You think they all just forgot? And there you go. It should have been defaulted, and it should have been, I mean, it was defaulted. They're putting in the judgment. And that's another thing. I don't think they're putting the judgment in until I think the 15th. Um, and there you have it. It's like, if this was a mother missing court, she would have lost her children. But no. And the thing that really gets me is that they're going to do a trial. Why are they doing a trial? Why are they doing a trial? Obviously, the guilty didn't show up, so they're wrong. So come back in, and I mean, don't bring them back in, and don't give them another chance. That's not how due process works. So this has to be stopped. This 100% has to be stopped. And yes, good cops would shut down CPS today. No crime, no child stealing, all child abuse cases in criminal court. Let police do their job. I don't know if CPS News Network, if you could tell her that she's not here and we need her back in so I can finish the interview. I don't know where she is. My guest is gone. So I guess what I'll do is, while we're waiting for her to come back in, I just want to remind you guys that Tuesday on 1 o'clock on all of these stations, and then it will air later on CPS News Network, but on Punish for Protecting News, Punish No More and Free to Protect YouTube, Rumble, Punish for Protecting News, and my Facebook Francesca Amato page. This will be airing. I'm sorry, there'll be a new interview airing, and it is about family that stole and adopted my guest's children. And wait till you see this family. Your head's going to spin. Literally, your head's going to spin. So it's an amazing story. I've gotten to know the mother who's the mother who's her sister stole her children, and I've gotten to know her over a period of time, and it's just mind blowing, and you're gonna be blown by this story. And again, another absolutely beautiful family. I guess what I'll do while I'm waiting for Christina to hop back in, because she's not here yet, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you some more of these beautiful pictures of her children. I mean, it's really sad when you see such beautiful children, well cared for, well dressed, comfortable, healthy weights, just absolutely beautiful. And you've seen this mom, and you've seen how well spoken she is, intelligent. This would happen. It's mind blowing to me. Okay, well, according to CPS News Network, there's a blackout reported in her area. So unfortunately, we're going to have to finish this. We'll talk more because she does have a trial coming up, so you'll hear more of this story. But we're glad that we were able to get this news out to you guys. And don't forget to go into the description for help. If you want to, please watch her video. It's in the description. And also, somebody's saying something. And also, just so that you're aware, CPS News Network is also on a new network, and it's listed also in the description. So please join that too, so you do not miss out, okay, on new clips and new programs. I'm sorry, and new shows that are coming out. Okay, so thank you guys very, very much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, And on YouTube, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss more notifications. And last but not least, remember that my live videos have to stay. People are calling me. I can't answer phones while I'm live. I can't answer phones while I'm live. My phone doesn't work that way. But also don't forget that my videos are to stay in context. Okay, they're not to be uploaded to any other platform without my express permission, and you cannot narrate them. Okay, just share them as is, and I really do appreciate that. God bless you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.